All right. So, welcome to the Chic Women Don't diet, how to regain your strut without counting calories. Are you ready to look good, feel good, and eat well without diet and deprivation? Do you want to be summer fit all year round? Do you need to regain your strut and feel confident again? Well, if that's what you want, then you're in the right place. So, during the next 45 minutes, you're going to discover the secret to dining anywhere, including at home or with colleagues and or clients, and know how exactly what to eat so you'll never feel deprived again. The hidden triggers behind those unhealthy cravings and emotional habits and how to face them head on. How to unlock the code to your body's specific chemistry so you can effortlessly maintain a chic and healthy body. And the 3330 protocol that women over 40 use to avoid fads, calorie counting, or quick fixes that never seem to last. And when you stay until the very end, I will share with you how to get your very own personalized version of my #1 secret sauce to kickstart your weight loss sustainably. So I just want to make sure that you're in the right place. This training is for you if you're a busy professional or business owner in your 40s or 50s, and you're ready to look better and feel better without depriving yourself of foods that you love. If you love your work, but the crazy work-life schedule often causes you maybe to skip meals or grab what's most convenient. You're a high achiever, which has brought you success in your professional life, but the demanding schedule has also caused weight gain. And you love to travel, but you struggle to make the right food choices when out of town. And finally, you enjoy food and you want to be able to eat without feelings of guilt or frustration. Now, if that sounds like you, then you're in the right place. Because if there's one thing that I'm passionate about, it's food. So my name is Milan, culinary nutrition and wellness coach of 8 years. I transitioned from working in private practice as a holistic health practitioner and herbalist into creating delicious meals as a personal chef. I'm board certified by the American Association of Drugless Practitioners, certified in herbalism, and I'm a culinary graduate. But even with those certifications, I just want to get my quick disclaimer out of the way that the statements on this training have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. If you're pregnant, nursing, taking medication, or have a medical condition, please consult your physician before altering your diet. Everyone's lifestyle is different, and you must look at the cause before addressing the solution. Committing to the art of living is entirely up to you. So what is the art of living? Well, I believe the joie de vivre is wine and anti-aging, and not necessarily in that order. You see, I've been married for 25 years to the love of my life, and I'm also known as a Chic Women Don't diet coach. I'm also the host of the Coming Home to Self retreat right here in Chicago for women over the age of 40. Now, the women who choose to join me on this retreat, they enjoy the finer things in life, and they have a goal to be a better version of themselves. The Coming Home to Self retreat includes coaching, goal setting, well-being, a cooking class, wine tasting, and an architectural tour. So during the retreat, my clients learn to feel confident, improve their self-image, and learn to make healthy food choices without deprivation. Now, just want to tell you that this training is not necessarily about the retreat, but I did want to include that because I simply love working with women as a culinary nutrition and wellness coach. So I've helped women all over the world to look and feel better. Like one of my clients who was able to drop 6 dress sizes and lose 17 pounds in 10 weeks. So I'll be sharing her story and more from other clients today. And I just want to share also one little fun fact. Now, this is something that you might not know about me. But before becoming a culinary nutrition and wellness coach, I used to be a commercial print model. So that's me on the left. I believe I was about in my early 30s, maybe about 32. So my entire life, as you can see, has been centered around looking good for the camera and maintaining a slim appearance. Now, the photo that you see of me on the right, that one was taken rather recently, about close to 50, so probably about 49. Now, from the outside looking in, it might seem as if I transitioned from a model to a woman over the age of 50 while keeping my shape. It was pretty easy. And you might be thinking, well, Milan, of course it's easy for you. You look great. You used to be a model. That transition, I'm sure, was very simple. But I'm going to be honest with you. It wasn't always like this. So not long ago, my life was a total rush of stress. I lived off sugar and caffeine and anything that would give me a quick lift. I spent 18 years eating like this, dining out often, grabbing quick meals and not really taking time to prepare my food at home that I knew I would enjoy coming from home. And as a result of this stress, my body started suffering from debilitating migraines, body aches, quality sleep deprivation, hormonal changes got to me, and of course, weight gain. Living like this, it caused me to gain around 20 to 30 pounds. And honestly, I don't know the exact number because I avoided the scale. But even without the scale, I could see the change. This was so discouraging for me because I kept seeing myself in the mirror. And then I saw the version of me 20 years ago, that slim professional model. And I knew that what I wanted for my life. But similar to most busy professionals, I ignored the signs. I kept going through the motions, building my private practice. I was caring for others and I was neglecting myself. Now, the turning point, it came one day when my grandmother passed away. I remember a few days after that when it finally hit me. The grief just washed over me of what happened was that I decided to go into this downtown area of the little town. It was, where I was staying at, and I stumbled across this full luxury spa. And as soon as I walked in, the smell of patchouli just hit my nose and the music entered my ears. I knew I had lost myself to other things, but I kept my composure. After making an appointment, going back to my car, a wave of emotion overwhelmed me, and I knew instantly what was happening. I was sitting in my car crying, and I realized that I hadn't been taking care of myself, even though I knew better. Between the stress of building a business and caring for family, I forgot to care for Milan. And this simple act of making a spa appointment, it was like a wake-up call. On that day, I apologized to myself for the neglect over the years that led up to that day. And I started giving myself the same level of care I'd been giving my clients. I began to honor my mind, nourish my body, and committed to a holistic approach to my wellness. And that's when I created the Chic Women Don't diet protocol. Because to be honest with you, the last thing I wanted was the stress of a diet. Now, many clients come to me in that same position, losing weight only to gain it back as a yo-yo dieter, or maybe struggling with weight loss weight for years and consistently being a tad bit overweight. And sometimes clients come to me not knowing how to say no to requests from people and projects that make demands on your time, leaving you feeling depleted at the end of the day, unable to wear any of your clothes from last season. And that loss of confidence, it starts to affect other areas of your life, like your relationships with your spouse or your significant other. Ultimately, they feel like they've neglected themselves. So when my clients come to me, I ask them the same question that I'm about to ask you. How do you want to feel in your skin? And more importantly, why? See, here's the thing. You must have a definitive reason for wanting to be healthier, lose weight, and feel good, period. So what's your reason? What's your reason for wanting to regain your strut? I want you to pause for a minute and really capture that reason for yourself. Do you have it? Okay, good. So Now that you have that reason, let's move into the very first step of the Chic Women Don't diet protocol, regaining your strut. Now, step number 1 is about honoring your mind, unearthing the hidden triggers to unhealthy emotional habits and cravings. Now, warning, it's not what you think. And I want to warn you right now because you're going to be in for a little bit of a surprise. So the first step in becoming a chic woman who doesn't have to diet is to regain your self-confidence. Also, I like to call it regaining your strut. It's kind of like when your song plays, you know that song that causes you to strut, right? What if you felt that way every day because you finally felt chic and confident in your skin? But here's the problem. There are certain transitions in life that can make you feel less confident and less chic. Am I right? Now, many of these transitions are normal phases of life, like going through a divorce or losing a family member, or even taking on a new role at work with more responsibility. These transitions are new for you. Therefore, they move you from your comfort zone. Anytime you feel out of your comfort zone, you may find comfort by falling back on an old habit. And for many women over 40, that means eating comfort food. How many times have you ever eaten something just because it made you feel safe? And what may feel comfort just causes stress in other areas. For example, when you get dressed, it can be difficult when you look in the mirror and the reflection makes you feel off balance, right? Or maybe you even avoid the mirror, but you know something is not right because your clothes are not fitting you. You look at other women and you start to admire them and you think, wow, I wish I could wear that, but I just can't. Or you used to enjoy shopping for clothes, but now you feel limited in your clothing choices. Like the only thing that fits you, you have to go into a larger number, or maybe it's not in your size and you have to wiggle and struggle a bit too much. It's just frustrating. And even though you try to hide the change in shapewear, which really almost starts to feel like a vice grip, and the flowy tops, you can tell that you're not as confident. And so can others. People can tell when you feel confident in your skin. So, what gives you this confidence? Taking back your power. There are many factors that influence what makes you give away your power and use food as comfort. Now, I like to call these triggers, okay? Now, when you understand these triggers, you can replace them and take back your power. So, what are these triggers? The triggers include flavor, convenience, health, social and emotional influences, demographics, culture and religion, food industry and media, and environmental triggers. Now, I can't get into detail with you right now because if I did, it would just make this training very long. So, but it is something that I explore for each client because the specific triggers are different for everyone. You may be experiencing maybe one or more of these triggers, which, it may make it harder to choose the right foods. I want to tell you right now that it's not your fault. These triggers are common, especially with women over the age of 40. So let's just take one of these triggers, emotional influences, and let's break this down, okay? So many women are living in a state of chronic stress, and especially during menopause, we're in this chronic stress. Now, this can increase fat around the stomach. And one of the worst feelings in the world is not being able to wear something from last season. And no matter how much you wiggle and suck in your stomach, it just doesn't work. Here's where this trigger comes into play. Your amazingly beautiful body has this built-in mechanism that serves to protect you from harm called the fight or flight hormone. However, when you release what is causing your stress and what is causing that mechanism to enact, your physical and emotional issues will diminish without a lot of effort. Isn't that amazing? And so this trigger is self-care. It's so important. Self-care, let's go back now. Self-care is more than getting a manicure and a pedicure or even just getting your hair done. It's about taking care of your mind, your body, and what goes in. as well as honoring yourself. Now, maintaining your peace of mind, it means not allowing physical and even emotional factors to get the best of you. So just understanding this one trigger and how it specifically affects you and using it to your advantage can cause your belly fat to shrink. Now, if that happened, don't you think you would be a lot more confident? Absolutely. That's exactly what my client Lisa was experiencing when she came to me. So I'm going to read to you what she said. Thank you so much for your genuine support and care. Actually, I have been doing great this week. Have been really looking at my portions, and I weighed myself this morning. I've lost another pound. However, everything is wonderful, and I'm so grateful that I met you. Your Chic and Healthy Living After 40 program has allowed me to have such a calmness. Is that a word? Around food. I have never experienced this lack of anxiety about my weight or my body before. I just know it is happening, and I feel better every day. Yes, Lisa, calmness is a word. And taking back your power and learning your specific triggers can change your life. And it all starts with honoring your mind and protecting it from these triggers. When you do this, you will feel a renewed confidence in your image. Just like Lisa. I mean, you can hear her confidence. Just listen to the words she uses, like wonderful and calmness, doing great. Do you see how empowering it is when you get that confidence back? I like to call it coming home to self. It all starts with the decision. Are you committed to regaining your strut? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, good. Because I'm about to show you how it doesn't have to be hard. When you know what works for your body, you don't have to count calories, okay? So let's move into step number 2 of the Chic Women Don't diet protocol. Step number 2, unlocking the code to your body's chemistry for weight sustainability. Now, typically when a women make the decision to get back that joie de vivre, they start thinking, wait, do I have to start counting calories? Do I have to eat chicken and broccoli? Like, what, Milan? Just tell me what I have to do. I understand, because many of my clients, they express the same concerns that you have. But see, here's the truth. You don't have to change what you eat. The old way meant counting calories and eating bland foods. You know, that if you're taking notes right now, I want you to mark a tiny check if you've ever tried any of these old ways. Ephedra, gluten-free, hydroxycut, counting points, counting calories, low carb, low fat, protein powder, intermittent fasting, South Beach diet, blood type diet, Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, and vitamin B12 shots. Now, that's okay if your paper's all marked up with checks. You're not alone. Many women try these methods, but they end up right back where they started. Why? Because they are fighting against their body's own chemistry. I'm sure you've heard as you get older, your body changes, right? Now, how many times have you heard that saying? You know, you're getting older, your body's changing, you're getting older, your body's changing. But then, you know, that's not what this is about. The truth is, you don't want to bother with those methods. And you don't want to look at bland chicken and broccoli. I mean, who does? Wouldn't you like to enjoy the food you eat without having to worry about gaining additional weight? And what if the way you eat could actually help you lose weight? Imagine being able to dine out confidently and empowered without feeling the guilt of trying to figure out what's really in your entree. Or even having a glass of wine without stressing about your hips. You know the saying, a moment on the lips, forever on the hips. But that's not what life is about. Doesn't that sound depressing? Here's what I and my clients know to be true. You can absolutely eat delicious food and still lose weight without worrying about calories. So how do we do it? We use the 33-30 method. Now I'm going to explain what that looks like in just a minute. But right now, I'll just let you know you don't need a pill, a scale, or some quick powder or some unnatural drink. You don't even need a cookbook. Just replace all of this with tuning in into your body's natural chemistry. No more doing unchic things like belching or flatulation. This reduces heartburn, indigestion, irritation of the intestines, which only make you look and feel bloated. Have you ever felt like something was off, like your stomach just felt harder and just tight, but you don't know what it is, right? Well, when you know how to properly combine your foods, it creates an atmosphere of ease in your body by not spending your time on the old way. When you replace the old way with the new way, your body will thank you, not only by keeping the weight off, but by having better digestion, boosting your confidence levels, which will make you look more attractive and your clothes, and you will sleep better as well. Now, my client, Anita Harris, she dropped 6 dress sizes with this method. She says, I began to experience hip and knee pain at the age of 49. And the women in my family have either had or currently have knee or hip replacement. I refuse to allow this to be my eventuality down the line. Additionally, I was not ready to limit my daily routine due to the pain. My knee pain was the result of a previous injury. Although the orthopedic physician gave surgery as an option, I wanted to explore other alternatives. I read in medical journals that losing just 10 pounds felt like 40-pound weight loss to your joints. So this seemed logical to me. The problem was that I tried weight loss programs in the past, but I was not successful. I felt that if someone taught me the proper way to eat, that I could attain a 10-pound weight loss. Milan Perry taught me proper food combinations, what foods to avoid, how to read and decipher confusing and exaggerated nutrition labels, etc. And I was able to lose 17 pounds and eventually went from a size 12 to 14 down to a size 10. As of August 2012, I'm now a comfortable size 8. In addition, my knee and hip pain greatly subsided as a result of the weight loss, and Milan was able to add in a physical fitness walking regimen into my program to assist with my overall healthy weight loss goals. I also experienced an unexpected benefit, which is that my eating better resulted in eliminating my symptoms of gastroesophageal reflux disease. I am so thankful to Milan. Anita Harris. And once again, it all comes down to your specific body chemistry. Everyone's body chemistry is different. So even though I can't exactly share a specific protocol for you, I can at least share the 33-30 method, okay? And in just a few minutes, I'll share with you how you can get your own personalized help. Now, the 33-30 protocol method, it involves 15 to 30 minutes for carbohydrates, 3 hours for protein, 30 to 1 hours for wine. So let me break that down for a minute. Carbohydrates, it takes 15 to 30 minutes. And they are whole grains, legumes, brown rice, vegetables, and fruits. So carbohydrates, because this food travels quickly through your digestive system, it doesn't leave you feeling really satisfied. And that means that you're going to typically go back and look for more food because it takes only 15 to 30 minutes to digest through the body. Now, meat, on the other hand, protein takes 3 hours to digest, and meat leaves stomach within 2 to 3 hours, and meat is fully digested in 46 hours. Now, meat uses an acidic environment before being broken down to the amino acids that the body uses, and it allows about 1 to 3 days to be completely digested and broken down and break down the meat. So when you eat protein, it will slow down that process of you feeling hungry again, and that process to fully digest, it takes a few hours. So you really want to allow for that. It helps you so you don't have to worry about trying to grab quick meals and, just quick fixes, because you still feel satiated and full. Now, the final part of the 33-30 protocol includes 30 minutes to 1 hour for water and wine. Now, whenever you're drinking water, you should always drink water about 30 minutes before you eat and consume water 1 hour after you eat. Because the reason is because liquids, they tend to dilute the stomach acid. So drinking it ultimately it interferes with your body's ability to break down food properly, and it can cause issues of bloating, flatulence, and indigestion. Now, when it comes to wine, your liver can only process 4 ounces of wine per hour. So we want to allow this time for this process with wine. So if you're having wine with food, you want to, make sure that you have a glass with food for the first hour, and then maybe like the next hour have another 4-ounce glass of wine. And I like to call actually water and the wine vitamin W. That's what I love to call it. So that's the 33-30 method. And once again, it does come down to your specific body chemistry. But just with this alone, you can make a huge change in your life. But when you know the specifics of your body chemistry, you can create a plan that's perfect for you, okay? Now, at this point, you might be thinking, oh, Milan, I'm convinced that I need to regain my strut, and I'm ready to do that. I'm on board with using the 30-30 method, and I'm willing to find out what my particular body chemistry needs. But even if I want to do it, I just don't have the time to cook and prepare food. Look, I get it. And I'm not even going to try to convince you to start cooking. You're absolutely right. I'll let you know right now, you don't have time. I'll give you that. After all, you're a busy woman. But what I won't do is allow you to put yourself last. What would happen if you changed that statement to one of power instead of a statement of defeat? Instead of, I don't have the time, try, I choose to not make the time. Now you've taken back your power. Remember what I said about regaining your strut? It's all about your confidence. That confidence means that you choose what you will and won't make time for. Now that brings us down to step number 3 of the Chic Women Don't diet protocol. Step number 3, the holistic soul: confront, remove, reshape, and recalibrate healthy principles by committing to the outcome on a deeper level. Now, I remember speaking with a client who decided to invest in my private chef services. Now, for her, it was like a luxury. Now, it wasn't that the services would put a significant strain on her finances. Just like many of you watching this training, she had the resources, but she still felt hesitant. I remember her saying, I never do anything for myself. I've never spent this much on myself. And even though she said that, she did it because she was committed to the outcome. She knew that the investment she was making was not just financial, but it was a declaration to herself that she was worth it. Wellness is no longer a luxury, but a necessity. Every time you give away your power by saying, I can't do that, or I won't have time, you're pushing that goal that you have further and further away. But even worse, deep down, you're injuring your soul by telling yourself that you're not really worth it. But you are. You are so worth it. And when you commit on a deeper level and choose to live the way you know you must, it affects everything else in your life. You won't have to worry about twisting to a certain angle in pictures or avoiding pictures altogether, especially on social media and sharing these older pictures of you, or your profile picture is 10 years older. You will never have to say, I can't eat that, unless you know how to make this a lifestyle that truly works for you. You will know. You'll have more energy and you'll be able to walk and explore without getting out of breath. You can wear a classy outfit and feel confident that you look good. Ultimately, you'll be able to regain your strut. But you've got to commit. So now you have a choice. You can choose to commit to yourself on a deeper level and get back your confidence, or you can keep avoiding the mirror. But let's get real. You've already made the decision to regain your strut and do what works for your body. Now the decision is simple. Am I going to do it now, or am I going to wait? When my clients are ready to let their walkway become their runway and regain their strut, they realize that they can't wait another day. Here's why. The moment you are ever guaranteed is this moment. And that fact became very real to me when I lost my grandmother. I knew I couldn't wait another day. I couldn't keep putting myself last and expecting my body to take care of me. At any moment, I could be overcome by the health issues that had taken other family members. And so I knew I had to take action right away. Right now, I'd like to help you do the same. Your action plan is simple. Join me in a Chic Women Don't Diet makeover call. So I'm opening up my calendar over the next 48 hours to speak with you. And on this call, we will discuss your personal triggers, and I will share my #1 secret sauce to kickstart your weight loss sustainability. And if this makes sense, and I'm 100% confident that I can help you achieve your wellness goals, I'll invite you to work with me. But either way, you'll know exactly what your personal triggers are and what to do next. Now, if this is not for you, if you're not 100% committed to making a lasting change. But once again, you must have a definitive reason for wanting to be healthier, lose weight, and feel good, period. Okay? So to secure your time, just click the link that is below this video or go to sonaturalwellness.com/schedule space appointment. Now, one of the things I hear a lot from my makeover calls is that the women I talk to, they don't feel like being sociable when they're not comfortable in their body because they have tried everything in the past and now they're at a point of feeling stuck with the size they are now. They aren't sure what to eat and what not to eat when dining out, or how to take all of this information, advice, and strategies and tools about living a chic, healthy life to make being healthy and well work for them. They know they want to enjoy the foods they love, not struggle with getting in clothes when going to a chic event, and experience an incredible life, but they don't know where to start. I get it. I really do. And often they're just plain stuck. It can feel also so big and overwhelming and an emotional drain to your health. I get it. But the way out of feeling stuck emotionally is clarity. When you are clear about what your triggers are and what your body is telling you, you feel empowered. That's exactly how Trisha felt after her makeup call with me. Now, here's what she said. The session with Milan was very thorough, informative, and educational. It was as if my body was telling me what I needed. Sometimes our body speaks to us in subtle ways and other times in obvious ways. There's a wealth of nutrition information available to improve your health, but for once, I felt like I was not just hearing what my body needs as an individual, but given a way to be actively listen to my unique body and how to nutritionally communicate better with my body. Milan provided a helpful action plan that I could implement immediately to balance my body nutritionally. It was a wonderful experience. My advice, your nutritional health is consequential. Don't let your body and your body's nutritional communication strategy get lost in translation. Now it's your turn. To secure your time, all you have to do is click the link that is below this video or go to sonaturalwellness.com/schedule-appointment. So on the call, once again, we're going to discuss your particular triggers and get a plan into place for you. And if it makes sense for us to work together, I'll be sure to give you that information. But if not, you at least know what you can do today to jumpstart your weight loss. So that's what I have for you today. That's it. If you have any further questions, just head on over to the link below. It's sonaturalwellness.com/schedule-appointment and hop on a call with me. And thanks for coming. And I'll be speaking with you sometime very soon.